Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're talking about Ethernet cables you can use to connect to our product. Let's look at the connectors first. There are two types of M12 connectors commonly used for Ethernet. The first is a D-coded M12 connector with 4 pins. At cable side, the plug is male. The 4 pins are enough for fast Ethernet, so you can attain up to 100 megabits per second. The other type is an X-coded M12 connector with 8 pins, also male at cable side. 8 pins are needed for gigabit Ethernet, so you can establish links with up to 1000 megabits per second. Ports with this gigabit connector are also capable of establishing links with 100 megabits per second and 10 megabits per second. Typically, the M12 connectors need to be screwed to attach them securely, but there are also push-pull variants. They are attached by simply latching the connectors together. Push-pull needs to be supported by both the plug and the receptacle. There are also different types of cables. Some offer additional strength to deal with mechanical stress, like moving applications or drag chains. There is also the flexibility and bending radius to consider. Some cables have stranded wires, while others have wires with a solid core. The latter are for fixed installation, like in walls. Regarding the electrical aspects of Ethernet cable, there are categories, for example Cat5e, Cat6 or Cat7. The higher the number, the better the shielding of the cable. For gigabit Ethernet, a Cat5 cable is enough. Ethernet uses differential signaling, which makes it important to use the wires in pairs. Usually, the pairing is reflected by the colors. For the best signal transmission, the wires should be twisted pairwise, a so-called twisted pair cable. However, there are industrial Ethernet cables which have 4 wires twisted together instead. There is another connector commonly used for wired Ethernet, most often referred to as RJ45 connector. It is often found in home and office and is less robust compared to M12. Adapter cables with RJ45 at one end and M12 at the other are available. When using adapter cables and especially self-assembling cables, care must be taken with the wiring. If the wrong pairs are used or if wires are mixed up, it might not work. There are wiring schemes available, and you can also have a look at our installation manuals, which describe the proper cables to use for our Ethernet switches.